Let's talk some trade management, and in particular, this idea of you make money when you buy. Now, that may not seem to make any sense, but I first heard the slogan within the world of real estate investing, and as a real estate investor myself, it's been completely true. Most people would say, well, no, Clay, you make money when you sell the house. But no, you totally make money during the purchase process and making sure you get a good buy price. Because if you pay too much or you miscalculate on what maybe the renovation costs are, you're gonna be so far behind the 8 ball, your life is gonna be miserable. And the same is true for trading. If you don't get the right entry price, I can't say that it automatically means you're gonna lose money, but you're gonna be having some headaches. It's just not gonna be fun. And I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. So I know I've just been kind of talking in theory, but in a moment here, I'm gonna walk you through 2 different trades that I made on the same day. One of those trades, I got a little antsy and I didn't get the entry point that I should have, and you'll see the results. And the other one, I got a really good entry point, and you'll see the results of that. But at the core, you gotta have patience. Now, even before that, I'm presupposing that you already have a valid strategy. But if you don't have a valid strategy and you just run around like a chicken with its head cut off, well, then you have nothing to be patient relative to because you don't know what you're doing. So assuming that you have a strategy, so that goes to without saying at this point, then yes, be patient within it. And if anything, I want this video to just serve you up as an encouragement to show that yes, patience does pay, as cliche as that is, but you gotta have that patience.
I am convinced that people do not understand that it takes patience.
And it really is true. A lot of people, myself included, because I literally just did it as of today of the recording when I'm doing this, but I lost patience. I forgot the fact that, you know, Clay, patience does pay. Patience is worth it. So I don't say this in a judgmental way in the sense of like, oh, I'm surrounded by a bunch of impatient people and I'm perfect. No, I'm definitely not perfect. And that's why I just want to share this with you. So let's first go through the trade where I wasn't quite patient enough, and you'll see it's not necessarily that smooth. So a quick clarifications, I am trading options here. If you want to learn more about options, just comment below option guide and I'll link you to a totally free class I put together called The Big Basics of Options Trading. But that's all besides the point, because the point here is just I wasn't patient enough and I got an entry point here. So I got in for one contract at 35.50. And this is the number that's going to be fluctuating as soon as I start to play the video. So keep an eye on that. And then also you're going to be wanting to watch this area over here because that's where I'm ultimately trying to sell at. But let's just get the video rolling and you'll see that I've already bought. So I just did buy. And right now I'm in. And right now things are, it's going against me. Not looking very good at all. Now nothing to totally panic about, but you can see I changed my order. And now I'm thinking, all right, let's see what happens. Thinking I might need to take a loss. So now I changed to 35.60 and I'm trying to sell at 35.60 and look at 35.60 just sitting there. And finally I was able to sell and get out of the trade for a $10 move. Now I realize you may be saying, okay, Clay, but you literally just made $10 in what was that, like 30 seconds? Like what's minimum wage at? And you just made $10 in 30 seconds. So yes, I don't want to come across like I'm ungrateful for making $10 in what some people have to work an hour for, or maybe a couple hours, or maybe less than an hour. I'm not saying in that regard. I'm just saying that per my strategy, when done right, when I'm patient and get the right entry points, what you just witnessed there was a super long trade. I get it. That sounds bonkers. It was 30 seconds. I know, but let me just show you one where I'm actually patient. And while they don't all go this quickly, this is the power of just actually waiting, being patient, and getting the entry point that you want. Now, this is very, very critical in terms of just seeing the power of getting the entry point you want. But the way my screen works is right now that line is white because I have not been able to buy yet. I'm trying to buy and I'm trying to buy at 36.50. But because I have not been able to buy yet, that is why that is white. But as soon as I am able to buy, this line here will turn green. And then a new line is gonna show up. And it'll look very similar to this. It'll be a white line right there. And then at that point, that will turn green as soon as I am able to sell. So when this turns green, that means I've been able to buy. Another very similar thing will show up. It'll be white. And I want you to notice how quickly it turns to green. So let's get this plain. So green, white, green. Did you see that? I'm going to scroll back here because if you blinked, you totally missed it. So ready? Or nope, let's go back a little bit more. So there it is, green. Do you see that? I'll let you scroll back and you'll notice, but this order here at 37 showed up for literally a split second. It was white, green instantaneously. And that trade netted me $50. So, I mean, I realize it sounds like a scam, but like I made $50 in like a microsecond. And I promise I'm not scamming. Go back and rewatch that. But isn't that crazy? The first trade, I mean, that thing took for a while and it was just, just painful. And then that one happened. Now, let me be very clear. I'm not saying that every single trade I take, I'm making $50 or $100 in a microsecond. That's not my claim. I'm just trying to convey the fact of there's such a difference in just being patient and getting the entry point that you ultimately want. And I think we can all relate in the sense of, okay, all right, let me just make an adjustment. Let me just make an exception. And whatever sort of rationalization mechanism in your mind you use, you just all of a sudden overcome your patience, because that's all you're rationalizing. You're rationalizing over your patience in order to get an entry point, and then you're thinking, why does this trade feel so difficult? Well, yeah, are you sure you got the entry point that you actually wanted? But when you do get the entry point, I mean, you saw there's a difference.
Great story, compelling and rich.
So I hope, if anything, this just encourages you to be patient and notice the difference of not patient versus patience, because that's when you make money. You make money when you buy. When you make money, when you get that great entry point, and more times than not, in order to get that great entry point, some patience will be required. But wow, it's a beautiful thing when you get those great entry points. It really does make your life so much easier as a trader. So I hope this helped. Like I said, hope it offers up some encouragement. If you have any other questions or comments or suggestions for other videos, as always, leave those down in the comment section below. But yeah, you make money totally when you buy. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.